Please you may be seated. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
12 months to perhaps 8 months, more so that most of the primary data is available to us. For example, the traffic studies is done, preliminary concept and design done, pre-construction works done, even the right-of-way of the superhighway already done. We have enough initial data to make available to you to be able to. Of my executive council, you're all welcome to this signing ceremony of the Transaction Advisory Services for the full business case for the Bakassi Deep Sea Port. Today is a major milestone in the history and annals of the people of Cross River State and indeed Nigeria. As a country with over 207 million people, vast landmass, over 933,000 square kilometers of land, a country so blessed with an Atlantic coastline, again stretching all the way from Calabar to Lagos, a country blessed with almost everything, very abundant in solid mineral deposits, including crude oil. This country has no business with poverty. This country has no business with the extreme situation that young Nigerians have found themselves today. Today, therefore, is the beginning of a roadmap towards the freedom of young people, giving them opportunity to realize their full potentials. The coming into realization of the Bakassi Deep Sea Port with an evacuation corridor stretching from Bakassi to northern Nigeria is the beginning of the crystallization of the prospects and the prosperity agenda that Governor Ayade had set forth for this country. Recognizing also the viability of the Gulf of Guinea and its maritime domain and corridor, adding impetus to the project in itself makes it very clear that indeed Nigeria is getting ready. For a country as vast as Nigeria with just one major maritime entry has been a source of challenge, Lagos. And because Lagos is completely choked today because of overactivity within the ports, including even the new ports under development all four within Lagos, which stretches only about 3,000 square kilometers of land, the entirety of Lagos State, as opposed to Cross River, which is 23,000 square kilometers. And therefore, for strategic and security reasons, for commercial and economic reasons, an alternative gateway into Nigeria within the maritime domain has become imperative. This port creates an opportunity for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to start thinking security-wise, strategically, on a need for us to have strategic reserves for our petroleum product, on a need for us to have strategic food reserves, because strategic reserves are normally around the port side, to be able to allow for densification of storage in event of crisis, in events of war, in events of famine. So I believe that this port plays a critical role. Youth restiveness, youth unemployment, kidnapping, radicalism, and all those extreme vices, armed robbery and banditry that has characterized the Nigerian scape for a while will completely go down when this project comes to realization. Because indeed, this port is actually not a Cross River port. It's actually not a Nigerian port. It's actually a Gulf of Guinea port. It is indeed, for emphasis, it is basically targeted at the north. So essentially speaking, it's a northern Nigerian port. Let me use this opportunity to call on all the elders of northern Nigerian extraction to realize that their vast wealth in terms of mineral deposits, stretching from tantalite to iron ore to bauxite to coal, and to all the solid mineral deposits, including lead, zinc, iron, diamond, copper, that you've all got. It comes to nothing unless you have access to a seaport. The evacuation corridor, therefore, shortens the travel time between northern Nigeria and the Atlantic coastline. And that's what we have done to bring northern Nigeria closer to the Atlantic Ocean. What we have done, therefore, by this project is to create a great opportunity. Experience in Nigeria have shown that most ships bring in products into Nigeria, including liquids as well as dry bulk, but most times they return empty. They return empty because there's no outbound cargo, because Nigeria is not an export nation. The president has said very clearly that Nigeria must find an alternative to oil, and therefore created an agricultural roadmap for Nigeria without oil. That can only become realized when the Bakassi Deep Seaport and the superhighway becomes a reality. I begin to wonder why this has not been taken as a federal government project off the hands of Cross River State. Even though the vision is that of Cross River State government, its empirical applicability is that of this country. Because there is no amount of effort you can put in that can allow you to ship 2,600 kilometers of sesame seed from Maiduguri to take it to Lagos State for export. Yet the demand for sesame seed is extreme. Yet the demand for iron deposit huge. Unfortunately, with all of these great wealth locked up in northern Nigeria, yet very little that can be done. Today in Nigeria, the south bears the economy because oil is in the south. But the future is in the north because solid mineral will overtake crude oil in no distant time. Just as in the past, Europe and North America was the past. Asia is the present, but truly Africa is the future.